Through the first 7 weeks of 2025, Jacksonville's run defense has developed a distinctly split field identity, one half disciplined and efficient, the other leaky and inconsistent. When examining directional efficiency, the left side of the defense has been dominant. Runs aimed toward the left edge LE/LT average just around 2.8 yards per attempt, with minimal yards before or after contact. Tyson Campbell, Travin Walker, and Andrew Wingard have been the anchors of this unit, consistently setting hard edges, triggering downhill quickly, and maintaining low missed tackle rates. The interior left lanes LG/ML are respectable at roughly 3.5, 4.0 yards per carry, thanks to solid but unspectacular play from Armstead and Devon Hamilton, who keep the structure intact even if they rarely generate backfield disruption. The other side tells a very different story. From mid right through the right tackle area MRRGRT, RG Jacksonville is allowing between 5.5 and 6.0 yards per carry, by far the team's weakest zone. That vulnerability correlates directly with below average run defense grades and high missed tackle rates among the players most responsible for those fits. But Josh Hines-Allen and Mason Smith have been inconsistent holding the edge, while voiced Oluokun and Lloyd, though athletic and frequently around the ball, have combined for double-digit missed tackles and inflated yards after contact. The secondary support on that side has also lagged behind. Eric Murray and Jordan Lewis both grade below 70 in run defense, with delayed force timing and a tendency to surrender extra yards after contact once runners bounce outside. Team-level next-gen stats data reinforces the same structural imbalance. Jacksonville is outstanding when it crowds the box, holding opponents to just 2.6 yards per carry with stacked fronts, 8 or more defenders, and generating a 32% stuff rate. However, in light box looks, where safeties stay deep or the nickel remains off, opponents average a troubling 5.0 yards per rush and generate positive rushing yards over expected plus 0.29 RYOE per attempt. This perfectly mirrors the film and directional splits. The Jaguars' light, spaced-out alignments expose their right side edge fits, leading to cutback opportunities and extended gains. Neutral box situations, 7 defenders fall somewhere in the middle, averaging 3.4 yards per carry with minimal explosive plays. Inside the tackles, Jacksonville remains sound, 3.9 yards per carry allowed, minimal early down EPA. But once runs bounce outside the tackles, that number climbs to 4.5 yards with an increase in explosives, 17.7% stuff rate versus 12.2% inside. This gap emphasizes how the Jaguars' pursuit and containment rhythm collapses in space. The team's average yards after contact per rush sits near 3.0 on the right side, driven by missed tackles from Lloyd 25%, Oluokun 13%, and Lewis 14%. When aggregating the data, a clear pattern emerges. The left edge is elite, the interior is stable, and the right side is where opponents consistently find daylight. PFF grades and NGS efficiency align perfectly. The left trio of Walker, Campbell, and Wingard combine for an average run defense grade above 85 and a negative EPA impact per rush, while the right side trio of Hines-Allen Smith and Lewis average grades in the low 60s with a positive EPA allowed. Overall, Jacksonville's defensive success depends heavily on box count and alignment. When they load up the front and play downhill, the structure holds. When they spread into light boxes or rely on backside pursuit, fit discipline breaks down and the right edge becomes exploitable. In short, Jacksonville's run defense through 7 weeks is simultaneously one of the league's most structured and most vulnerable units, elite on one half of the field, exploitable on the other. The fix is schematic and personnel-based. Reduce light box frequency. Rotate Wingard more often into right side force responsibilities, and sharpen pursuit geometry for Oluokun and Lloyd on floor-away runs. Until then, opposing offenses will continue to target that right side B, in C-gap with consistent success.